doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
3, 2, 1. Rocking and rolling, man. None other than Leek Hustle is in the building, bro.
What up, though?
What's happening, man?
Man, glad to be here. You feel me?
Bro, I've been hearing about you since like 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a long damn time.
Yeah.
Legends have shouted your name out in music. Your name has been, unfortunately, in the news press, but in ways where people highly regarded you and respected you for certain things. And also your music has done some serious numbers, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're stamped in Detroit culture in a certain way where you're recognized by your peers as well as the audience that constantly engages in Detroit music. You were at the Pistons game recently. They got you on the floor.
Oh yeah,
showing love, man. I'm sure Aaron probably set that up, or somebody from the organization.
Oh yeah, for
was
sure.
showing love to you, man, to put you on the stage like that. But I want to get down to the day zero with Leek, man, because I don't think the whole story's been told. I think parts of the story's been told. Tell everybody where you're from, bro.
Man, it's your boy Leek Hustle, man. I'm from the Westside, Joy Road to be exact, between Southfield and Evergreen.
Yeah.
89 boys was the deal. You know how we do, man.
I know around 4th grade is when we started actually getting into music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you actually got to get some music theory incorporated too. You also got to like learn some instruments and things like that. So it wasn't just like rapping only, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're in prison. I learned how to play the piano and really tapping the music. But yeah, I started young though, just writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 4th grade is young as hell to be like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Let me try out rap real fast.
I had two loves. I either wanted to be a rapper or a big drug dealer. You know what I mean? And somehow, the way the universe work, I kind of manifested both of them. You know what I mean? Even though the drug dealing is my past, though. But that was something that definitely came true.
But yeah, to be young and thinking about being a big-time drug dealer is like...
Yeah, I mean...
Was it like because of the power of it? Like the respect that you get? Like what was the... And who was the idolizations? Were you looking at like Scarface and like...
No, to be 100, right? So... I was born on the west side, but from like 93 to 2001, I was all on the east side. So growing up, you know what I mean? That was during the crack, when crack epidemic was still bad. So of course, my mother was on drugs. So some of her best friends, they would take us to the dope spots, and I'd see the dope boy pull up with the rims and the Daytons and Vogues and the bang in the trunk and the old schools, and they just seeing them. You know what I mean? That was the beginning of it. You feel me? But as I got older, I'm going to say around like middle school, the ones who do, I'm going to just shout out somebody who I feel like kind of inspired me. Rest in peace, Big T. People don't know who Big T is. That's Tee Grizzley daddy. He was one of the hustlers who, when I was coming up, our house was a dope spot. You feel me? So niggas was cooking up in the kitchen, cutting crack in another room, cutting the boy in the basement, motherfuckers turning tricks in another room. It's just a nonstop action. And he was one dude that put impression on me because, of course they had a crew and they was getting money. And, it was the first time I seen niggas really just get money, like really getting phone, not stop ringing, talking about slapping, like really slapping, you feel me? And he was one dude who wasn't flashy. And one day, we sitting there, we was talking and he like, man, you ain't got to be like everybody else. He like, I wear the same black tee, the same black pants, the same black Adidas. And he whipped out knots of money, about this big out of his pocket. All 4 of them. First person I seen 4 pockets full. And was like, you feel me? You ain't got to keep up with the Jones. And me seeing that, because you would think the flashy one is the one who got all the money. You know what I mean? But just that little impression he put on my life back then kind of like, it was like, damn, like I can't wait to get old enough to, you know what I mean? Basically get drafted in the game so I can be one of the ones that's going to get some of that money too.
Wow, man. So what age roughly are we talking about at that time?
11. Middle school, I was in 7th grade, 6th grade.
And so Tee Grizzley's pops' name was Big T?
Yeah,
that's why
Big
everybody
T.
called him?
Yeah,
Why,
Big T.
why were you around so much? Like, why were you around him so much?
Me and T, we grew up like family. You know what I mean? We used to all spend the night at my house, spend the night at his house. You all sleeping on the dirty mattress, you know what I mean? Hooping, all that, just, just regular shit, you feel me? And they was rolling out of our house. You get what I'm saying? His old dude and them and they crew, you know what I mean? And shit, basically, like they lived with us damn near, you know what I mean? And niggas was getting money. And, it was actually one of the best few years of my life back then, you know what I mean? So,
When you are living in an environment where it's basically like street entrepreneurship, but it's like a highly mechanized machine of just getting money in and out, right? It's kind of insane to think about, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like McDonald's is like flipping burgers, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in like street entrepreneurship, a trap house is flipping so many different types of things, right?
Yeah.
Was there ever times where it was like overwhelming, or like you were just seeing too much, or was it all kind of just like properly placed?
I mean, you got to look at it. We was the dirty niggas. You know, the mama was on drugs, didn't have shit. Some nights we want to eat. We used to love when Big T was there. If Big T was there, we know we was eating out every day. That's one dude that made sure everybody ate. And he loved his kids. He gonna have his kids with him. You feel me? Baby Grizzly, he gonna keep them with him. So it was just like, that was some of the best time for us. To other people, they might have looked at it like, oh, that's going on. But to us, it was like, we love this shit, because guess what? We making money. You get what I'm saying? There'd be somebody in there, it's money that they ain't, these customers outside, they ain't even serving. We could catch a little, you know what I mean? $50 here, $100 here. You get what I'm saying? Take that couple dollars. Big T was type of nigga, give us all the 1s and 5s. Here, y'all, go get some shoes. Go get this. He was one of them type of guys. You feel me?
How did he handle like stress and pressure situations? Was he like cool the whole time, or was
he was cool? Cool, but he was a dog too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember a lesson that I learned. He taught me, well, I seen them young in the game, you know, so they used to work off the phones and shit. And he riding and, you know, phones nonstop banging. They slapping out the whips off the phones. You feel me? And one dude handed him some paper. It was fake money. And I'm waiting for him to go crazy. And he didn't. He was like, man, forget whoever name it. We said, man, next time, man, get it right, man. You know what I mean? And it threw me off, because most drug dealers would have wanted to beat the custo ass and go crazy. But he showed me like, damn, it's a bigger thing to business than this. You feel me?
How do you mean, like, you know that sometimes people use fear to instill power, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't use fear to instill power or consequence, then how do people maintain respect for you? Like, how does one do that? How do you remain calm but still get that respect and that power in those positions?
I mean, it's a balance. I mean, you can't be emotional. You get what I'm saying? I mean, people, it's always this thing with fear and respect. Oh, what's more important, fear or respect? Yeah, sometimes a person who fear you might not do something, but a scared person to kill you too. You get what I'm saying? But when a person respect the consequences that come with you, and they understand how far this thing can go, they understand like, hey, I'm a lion, he a lion.
Yeah.
We ain't got to prove nothing to each other. We both know we on that level, but it's a mutual respect.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this shit can go either way for both of us. But in fear, sometimes fear make people uncomfortable. Some people can't sleep when they in fear, and they get on attack. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you want to get that type of respect, it's all about how you carry yourself, how you move, how you deal with the people at the top and the bottom. You know what I mean? And then you will have people who have so much love and respect for you that they'll never even take it to a certain level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
I know I was listening to some of your talks, and you talked about growing up, and pretty much it was just straight poverty, to the point where you had cold showers, you had to boil water to take showers. There was flea infestation and things of that nature makes it difficult to live. And getting through those times and going through those times, did you recognize that you were like in a bad situation? Or was
hell yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, man, I used to be like, dang. You know, I kick it with God like we kicking it. I'm like, man, why us? Why we dealt this hand? I'm looking at my friends, they eating every night. We not. This mid-December, we gotta take a bucket of water and put it in this small ass microwave and cook it for 10, 15 minutes just so it to be warm for 30, 40 seconds to, you ain't never went so long without a shower that dirt pile up on your skin. You think you're getting darker. You get what I'm saying? So like that shit was like, we knew it, but you gotta look at, that was my whole life. That's from all the way to 17, 18. You get what I'm saying? It was just something that became normal to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's tragic, bro. Because like now when people every day they wake up and they take a shower before they go to bed. We don't even think about it.
Oh,
like it's just warm water. You got good soap. You're chilling. Like you don't even think about it, right?
And you got to look at it. We was fucked up when Detroit was still okay. Big 3 was still running. People's parents still had jobs. So right now, it's a lot more people that can relate to what I went through now. But you got to look at, we was going through that back then. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Mama might leave for 3-4 days. We don't see her. When we was on the stand on the east side, 3-4 days, gone. I remember being a kid, going to dope spots with my mama. There's dope spots with the hole in the back door, and you get what I'm saying? Being young and she going up giving her street name and just the stuff that I seen young, yeah, it's like, damn, some people would say it was traumatizing, but I feel like the Most High was just preparing me for who I was gonna become. It was all those things played a part into me being who I am. You know what I mean?
So with your parents, was it just like there was no income stability is what the problem was? Like they couldn't maintain like income basically?
I mean, with my mother fighting her addiction at the time, it's hard to have any income. It's hard to go to work. You get what I'm saying? So when you got 5 kids and you got addiction, you get what I'm saying? So it's 5 of us.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I want motherfuckers to know, like, I'm a real Detroit baby. Not one of them, like, we was going to the soup kitchen on the east side. We was so fucked up. We knew all the soup kitchens. The one by Martin Luther King, the other one by off of Warren and Connors. Like, that's how we ate. We couldn't even read the street signs, but we knew the route to get there. You get what I'm saying? Like, we one of them babies. Like, you feel me? That was really in the midst of it. That's why when I'm talking about the trenches or the mud or the slums and like, I'm really from that way. And Joy Road is my home. That's where I'm from. But I done lived in a lot of hoods in Detroit. And the worst, east and west. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I understand. You feel me?
When you're having to figure out street entrepreneurship might be part of your life, what age are we roughly talking about? Where like you knew, all right, I have to actually get in the streets and like do the same shit that I was watching the unks do and the OGs do.
Man, you ever heard the saying like you just born with it?
Yeah.
I was a hustler my whole life. I remember 3rd grade selling candy, shoveling snow, take the money, go invest it in to candy to flip that. Before I was even gave a bag, it was in me. You get what I'm saying? This was already me. The entrepreneur spirit was in me. But as I got older, when my pops came back in my life, find out this was already in my bloodline. You get what I'm saying? That's why, like, I like to compare it to dogs. Like, if you got a champion dog and it has kids, the champion bloodline is in them. Whether it's raised in the same yard as the champion, it's in his blood. It's gonna be characteristics of that same champion.
Yeah.
And with the hustling, it was the same way. My granddaddy was a kingpin. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a real stand up. You feel me? Legend. And that's in my DNA. And you know, that's where a lot of it come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
so
sure.
you basically, you didn't have like a particular age where it's like, okay, entrepreneurship. It was just your whole life knowing you have to keep making moves. When you realize though that you have to take it to the next level as a street entrepreneur and there's more risk involved, what age roughly are we talking about? Like, where is this, teenage years, or were you starting like younger than that?
Middle school. My homeboy D, his old dude, used to sell weed, and he used to have a bunch of bowls, and he'd take a pinch out of every bowl, give me an ounce to get him an ounce. We started off smoking.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm a hustler. I'm like, man, we can't even smoke all this shit. This one, Gans, we didn't even know what we had. We had Gans and didn't even know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Gans was like better than Ragos. It was like a strand. You feel me?
Gotcha.
So when that came out, the hustler kicked in. So I'm like, man, we need to sell this shit. So we start hustling. You get what I'm saying? Now, at the same time around, Big T and them around. So I'm seeing them $6,000-$7,000 a day. They phones going crazy. Just, it probably was more than that. But I'm just seeing for sure $6,000-$7,000 easy money every day. Every day. Phones, they got shifts. They got this running this shit like a Fortune 500 company. So I'm seeing it. I'm like, damn, I can't wait to be old. And I'm seeing my man Vito 15 with a Marauder off the showroom floor, brand new. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? You seeing shit like that, you like, shit, I can't wait for my turn. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
For sure.
How long was it successful when you were learning street entrepreneurship? Like, how long were you on a run for and started noticing, like, all right, it's getting more heavy, like, it's getting more heat now at this time?
To be honest with you, I was oblivious to the level. You know how sometimes you could be running fast and you don't really know how fast you're running?
Yeah.
Until either you run into something or you trip and fall and you like, damn, and it's like, when I was probably at my best, I really didn't understand. To me, I'm looking at the people above me. Like, I ain't really doing shit. These niggas got, you know what I'm saying? They got way more paper they got. So I'm thinking like, you really ain't doing nothing. But when I look back now, you know, I'm looking back like, damn, man, you was really.
You were moving too fast.
Yeah, and you was ahead of your time. You didn't realize the level that you was on because you was looking at somebody who was above you. But for your age and what you was doing, you got to look at like, I was 19 years old. Before I ever bought a rollie, before I ever bought a foreign car, a chain, I bought cribs, I bought property.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that part right there was like, when you look at it, nice men, in their 30s, 40s, that's not even in the property yet or just getting into it. So for me to be doing that young, being able to cash out and, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different for a 19-year-old, just a mindset. You feel me?
Yeah, it was very smart for you to think like that, but it's also very like spotlight-ish for people. Like, how's he doing all that shit? Like, how's he getting all this money to be able to do all that shit?
I mean, quiet as kept, people didn't really know.
Really?
No, like I told you, I pull up in I had a Taurus, I had a LaCrosse, I pull up in that. And you would think, okay, he hustling, but he ain't really getting it because I ain't showing it. I wasn't one of them ones throwing on the fashion shit or being, you would think, oh, he just getting some money.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started buying shit, motherfuckers like, damn, how much money, what the fuck is he really got going on? You get what I'm saying?
Once you started buying real shit.
Yeah, it wasn't until the foreigns and the rollies and shit, the motherfuckers' head started like, damn, what bro really doing? You get what I'm saying?
Right. When did music start? Was that like officially where you're actually getting into the recording studio?
Shit, I always was making music, you get what I'm saying? But I didn't really take it serious until probably right when my son was born, and right around when T went to prison. You get what I'm saying? It was more like, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I gotta give bro his flowers. He one of the niggas who really made me take music serious. It was a point where I took T under my wing, and every dollar he made, he put it all into the music. Every single dollar. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, man, you ain't going every dollar. And he already had a plan, a vision, how all this shit was gonna work out. And every dollar he got, he put into it. And I'm like, damn, like he really believe in this shit. He really serious about it. It's
is
like,
this like before All Star Ball Hard, or is this like
right around that? Yeah,
right around that time.
When they was doing, that's what they was working on, a group tape. And he'd say, man, we about to drop a group tape. I'm gonna do my solo, such and such gonna do his, and then he had a whole plan. And I'm just seeing him, and I'm like, damn, like, Leek, you got way more, and you bullshitting because you can do more. And then it's like when he went to jail, it was like, damn, like, this shit can get took away any moment.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? It kind of woke me up like, damn, Leek, you got an opportunity to do this shit. You feel me? So
yeah. Are we talking like mid 2010s, like around
2000? This was 2000, maybe 14.
Yeah.
13, 14, somewhere around there.
So right around then is when you're realizing like, all right, you actually got to make moves. You got to make shit happen.
Yeah.
At the same time,
because it was either this, it was like the streets or rap. But by the time I really went full and it was already got to going, it was like I already was into some shit. Yeah, but didn't know I was in some shit. You feel me?
Yo, it's your boy Kid L. If you're an artist, entertainer, or have a brand that needs more motion, then check out the Artist X strategy. You can receive one-on-one coaching with real entertainment and business moguls. They'll help you navigate through the hurricane of the entertainment industry. You can also receive music and social media analysis. Through algorithm checks, we can help you identify and fix your weaknesses. Networking opportunities are also available. Message Kid L Video on Instagram for more info. And that's around the time where people didn't know the impact of the music for the court systems too.
Listen, I was one of them ones who they tried to use my music.
Right.
But right after me is when they started doing it. I mean, they had the whole stack of every Instagram post, every YouTube. I'm like, they was quoting somebody else's lyrics trying to charge me with them. That was featured on the song. I'm like, man, that ain't even my lyrics. You know what I mean? But the judge didn't allow it. But right after that, you start seeing it. You feel me?
You know what's crazy about that concept too is like when the prosecutor uses your music as an example and then the judge says like we can't use that, it's not admissible in court. It's like everybody already heard what the fuck you said though, because the prosecutor said everything to motherfuckers. Yeah. So now all the people in the jury, even though they're supposed to take that concept out of their mind or whatever you said, they're still thinking about it in the back of their head like, this motherfucker said some crazy ass shit on those tracks. Like,
man, please stop saying shit what you doing incriminating. I know people want to get clout and want to get seen. Bro, please stop doing that shit, bro. They giving motherfuckers real time for the shit that they putting in their music, man. Real time. It's how many rap is damn near more dangerous than selling drugs. How many rappers we done seen get murdered in the last 5-6 years? How many rappers we seen get indicted?
Bro, there was like a rapper I think today that posted a video of he got shot in the head twice.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? For me, I was tripping. I was like, bro, how do you process that? Like, you just got shot. But then I thought, you know what I really thought after? I was like, this is how bad this motherfucker wants to make it. That's what it is. Because it's like, that's the only reason you could be doing that.
But at the same time, right? True that too, but it's like, man, when people start living in the internet, they program to, they'll see you bleeding to death and run to record you instead of putting pressure on the wound to stop the bleeding. It's like we so programmed to this internet shit that we senseless now. And it's like motherfuckers got to kind of get back to reality. Like, you feel me? You know?
That's kind of crazy at concerts when you see just everybody's phones out recording every second of the concert. Yeah. Like, I get if you just did it for, like, you're just showing people you're at the concert, whatever. But the entire concert, like, their phones never drop. I'm like, damn, how are you experiencing this? You can't
even enjoy the concert. Yeah. It's different now.
When we're talking about, you know, this time that you start taking music seriously, I know you and CT started working together pretty early on. Yeah. Shout out Corey. Yeah. And shout out CT. He was dominating the game at that time too. Like he was friends with everybody.
Man, CT had a crazy run, man. A crazy
He's still
run.
good. He's still going.
No, he's still. I'm saying we had a crazy run when we was on it. You feel me? Yeah, CT was.
There was points where you were reaching tens of thousands to 100,000s of views on YouTube alone. I'm sure the streams on Apple were crazy and everything like that, or iTunes at the time. Yeah. What was the first signs of success for your music though? What were you noticing the first singles that were popping out for you?
Trappin Foreal. I'm gonna say Trappin Foreal. We first dropped it, shot it with Jerry. And we dropped it. They put the original on World Star. Motherfuckers like, you know what I mean, start buzzing. But then we came back around and put Blacc Youngsta on it. Yeah. It really went crazy.
How'd that come together, man?
Shit. We was at Project Video. Project had a feature with him. You feel me? And we was at Project Video, then an opportunity presented itself, you feel me? Cool. And this is an example I want to get at anybody who doing the music, right? I had an opportunity where it was like, hey man, dog want a future. He want this, this, and this. The video gonna be this. And at the time I'm like, damn, because I came on like damn near 15,000 for all that shit. You know, video, the feature. We had Ling. We had everything for him. You get what I'm saying? And it was one of them situations where it was like, damn, I got the money. Should I spend it on that? I didn't know it was going to do all what it did, but I bet on myself. You feel me? Yes. And it's just an example. You can't be scared to bet on yourself. You know what I mean? Because you never know what's going to pop and how it's going to pop.
I think on YouTube it did like 780,000 alone. Yeah. And again, when I say these numbers, those are incredibly great numbers, but people don't remember the Apple Music and all the other platforms it's being streamed on that you can't see the views on. Exactly. So I'm sure it did millions.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly.
Hook went crazy. You killed it. He killed it. Yeah. It was just really a jam.
And if you watch the video, we had some of them guys in there. Babyface was there. Right. Bodie was there. Baby Potter was there. Project Pacino was there. And then a whole bunch of certified guys in the streets. You get what I'm saying? So it was one of them moments for the city. You know what I mean? It was the city, east side, west side niggas all, you feel me, putting on.
Did you feel like when you guys dropped the song, it's going viral, everybody's fucking with it, did you feel like you had Detroit kind of secured as far as them fully recognizing you? And do you feel like you were put on a pedestal at that moment, like, all right, Leek's up next?
No, I mean, I felt like it was one of them things where you working and they don't see you. Or they don't see the work. And then it went into the point where, oh, that nigga working. It's almost like you can't deny the work because you seeing it and he coming. You get what I'm saying? So it was one of them things. Like, you know, I just wanted to stay hungry. You get what I'm saying? Because I knew where I wanted to get to. But I just got indicted right when, you know, everything started getting good for me.
And that's the saddest part. When you look at your momentum at that time, everything was going good. And then you see this large gap of time. And it's just like, what the fuck? And people get confused and then they have to do research. They have to figure out
what happened.
All that type of shit where they have to figure out what happened, all that type of shit. It sucks, right?
Yeah.
But did you think in your mind, okay, well, I'm gonna have a good first day out, so it doesn't matter? Did you think like that? Or did you think like, no, this is actually gonna Because it was like 48 months, right?
Yep.
So it was kind of like, did it feel like a burner, or did it feel like, all right, well,
I mean, it felt like right when shit was going good for me, they pulled the rug up under me.
Man.
So we had labels reaching out. We had a bunch of shit that was about to happen. They was waiting to see how my situation was gonna turn out. And it was like, damn, like, and then you gotta look at it. I was locked up during the pandemic. So all this shit going on, in the midst of all this shit going on, it's like, we don't know how this shit about to turn out. You get what I'm saying? So, and then it's like, when you're in prison, you experience that it's dying without dying. It's basically you at your funeral. You're gonna see who gonna be there for your kids if you left this earth, who gonna keep your name alive while you gone, you get what I'm saying? You watching it from afar. You get what I'm saying? And it was like, damn, like, I really didn't know how, but I can say, like, the new project I'm dropping, I Will Not Lose, right? It's an affirmation given to me from the Most High. And I will not lose symbolize, man, no matter what you go through. They counted me out. I just told you my story, where I came from. Who would have knew at 19 I'd be up 6 figures? No. You get what I'm saying? And when you got to understand, right now we in the era where it's like the young niggas think, I got to get rich tomorrow. I got to hit a lick. We in the era where everybody looking for big licks, I came up in grind. Start with 1,000, turn it to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 10. Motherfuckers don't even understand how hard it is to get your first 10,000.
Everybody wants everything right away, man.
Yes.
It's crazy how it works. It's because you see people and you think that they got it right away when most of these people didn't. They took building blocks. I remember Bald Jesus came on here from the Wealthy brand. He said my favorite advice ever that I stick to this day. He's like, you can't hit home runs all the time. You have to hit those singles. And when he said that to me, it changed my entire perspective. Like, just take it slow. Take it one day at a time.
No, that's real though.
I want to talk about one thing that you said in one of your talks, where you said when you were in the courtroom and you looked back to see who was there for you, you realized it was only your day ones. It wasn't anybody that you made money with or were just on the grind with. It was just literally your day ones were the only people in the courtroom with you. And how substantial that is when you look back at it at that time.
Man, anybody who know me, no, I'm one of them guys that if I got it, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look out for everybody. Good business. Can't nobody say I did bad business, ran off, stole something, did whole shit. None of that. So when you at your lowest, and you look at some of the ones that was closest to you, benefited the most, and you turn around and everybody who was there was the people who was there when I was broke.
Yeah.
My son, who ain't seen me in 7-8 months, finally seeing me. I just left one day. I didn't even get to say bye. So now he don't know what the fuck is going on. And when he see me, I'm shackled up looking crazy. My mama behind me. And I just looked and I'm like, damn, these was everybody who was there when I ain't had shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It fuck with you. It hurt more than, and then that's what led me to, like I said, when I came home, I was just being 100. I was blinded because I was hurt. Then that hurt turned into anger.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfuckers gonna do me like that? Like, y'all motherfuckers gonna turn on me for, you get what I'm saying? And it's like, it wasn't even like, I felt like I ain't getting my due justice when it came to what I stood for, what I represented.
Yeah.
Like, you at least owe me that. And it woke me up, but at the same time, it was a blessing because I had to see it. Because I'd have brought a whole bunch of motherfuckers with me who didn't mean me no good. You feel me? And then I had to learn recently to forgive and the power of forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes forgiveness is really for you. We be thinking, oh, I ain't about to show that motherfucker no mercy or fuck that motherfucker. But forgiveness is really for you. Yeah. You need to, you blocking your own blessings. And that's what I had to learn since I've been home, was like, damn, Leek, you came home with all this anger. You was blinded by this emotion, by this anger, and you want this revenge. And it's like, this shit had you blinded, bro. You probably would have been at your destination 2-3 years ago. But because you wasn't forgiving, the Most High had to hold up certain shit. You feel me? So
yeah,
that was the blessing.
It's hard for everybody to let go of that shit though, right? Like when you feel like people were disloyal to you, it's the hardest thing in the world to be like, all right, forgive, obviously put them where they need to be as far as how they're involved with your life in the future. But still the fact that they did it, and then they come asking for shit after too, and it's like, damn, bro, like, what do you want me to say to you, bro? Like,
yeah.
And I feel that way. I feel like there's certain times in my life where like I've seen people turn away, and then once things turn up, they show up like, oh, what up? And it's like, man, what the fuck? Like, I remember shit, bro. Like,
yeah.
I want to talk about, if you can talk about how everything went down. I don't know if you can talk about it, but
What you talking about
as far as
my case?
How the case started and how they built it and how it went. Because there's YouTube videos of people breaking down your case, and I don't know if any of it's valid. But do you remember the day that they pulled up on you? Do you remember the arrest date?
Man, so it's funny you say that, right? So I'm dropping my new project, I Will Not Lose. I shot a short film with it. You get what I'm saying? And I broke my life down into short form content for the viewers and the fans can really get my story.
Cold.
And one of my episodes or my phases in my short film is July 27th, 2017, the day I got indicted. So the day I got indicted, a lot happened that day that people don't know. You get what I'm saying? It was they raided my uncle's crib. A couple murders happened that night. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of shit was just all on my plate, and I'm out of town. I'm on my way out of town. And I'm hearing about, oh, they just raided Unc crib. I'm like, damn, okay. Then next, I get a call, private number. They call. They say my whole government name is this Malik Dillard-Cribbs. I'm like, what? You know, I got 4 and I got 2 last names. Nobody ever used both last names. They either gonna say one or the other. So when they use it, it was like, what? Bang on them. They call back again. They say the same shit. I hang up again. They call back. This is the DEA. We have a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, what? I'm like, when do these motherfuckers even call people? And how the fuck you get this number? So that's what scared me even worse. Like, how the fuck they get this number? So boom, we got a warrant for your arrest. I said, oh yeah, y'all got a warrant for my arrest? All right, so all right, I'm gonna have my lawyer reach out. Give me a number to call. When they give me the number, it's a Kentucky area code. So, you know, immediately chills went up my body. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking the shit when they raided my people's crib was some Detroit shit. So when they said that the Kentucky shit, I'm like, damn. So I'm in Ohio at the time. So I immediately pay for me a lawyer down there. Boom, when I pay for me a lawyer, he looking at everything and he tell me like, yeah, man, this shit real, man. You got to turn yourself in. So we get my affairs together. I turned myself in 2017. I never came back to Detroit to 2021. So I know probably motherfuckers probably seen like, damn, Leek just disappeared. No, I went out of town one day, got the call I was indicted, boom, had to get a lawyer, turn myself in, and I never came back.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So they call, yeah, when you said that they never call, I was thinking the same thing. I've never heard the DEA call and be like, yo, what up? But maybe they couldn't find you, so like this is the only way to get in contact with them.
Exactly. But that let me know that I was getting lined up anyway.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck they get this number? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The person that lined me up gave him the number.
I bet you, though, if they had a stronger, crazier case, they wouldn't have called you. They would have, like, plotted it.
Man, and the crazy thing about it is I was somebody else get out of jail free card. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit go, motherfucker. You know.
So somebody spilled the beans on you.
Yeah. The feds come, it ain't just they caught you.
How close were you with the person that ratted on you?
Closest me and you is right now.
Well, I mean, like were
real
you guys...
close. I'm talking about close.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, yeah. I ain't got to speak on her, you know, because
sure.
this ain't that. Yeah. But yeah.
Unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
So when you turn yourself in, you talk to your lawyer, lawyer's advising, turn yourself in. What's the like original plea agreement that they gave you or plea deal they gave you?
They give you guidelines. So you're gonna be in the category. They're gonna go off your criminal history. You get your accepting responsibility, which is 3 points. And then you get what I'm saying? I got a +2 because I had a gun enhancement. So they put you in a category which is gonna be between these months and these months. So I was between like 36 months and 60 months. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And they basically got me in the middle, 48 months. Yeah.
Damn, son. When they said Kentucky, you were confused. But why were you confused about them talking about Kentucky?
Because it's like, shit, I wasn't confused. I was more scared. Like, what the fuck? Like, how's this? You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming back to me. You feel me?
That's crazy as fuck. First days when you already know what you're sentenced to and everything like that, but the first days inside, were you able to maneuver? Were you able to figure things out quickly when you were inside for the first days?
As far as what? Prison or?
Oh yeah, when you're inside prison, it's like, is it easy to like figure out like where to place yourself?
I mean, the feds is different because when you come in, you gonna have homies. They gonna greet you. Hey, where you from? Oh, you from Detroit? Oh, y'all got a homie here.
Yeah.
So they gonna send a representative. Hey man, your paperwork right? They gonna give you a bag or shower shoes.
Oh, cool.
They gonna give you commissary, but don't take this bag if your paperwork ain't right. You get what I'm saying? So they gonna let you know that.
No snitching, no kid stuff, no.
All that shit, yeah. And then they gonna look out for you, and then you gonna go with whatever car you from. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you had it you had a good system. You were all right. Like it was.
Yeah. It was. I'm gonna say this. Like I was telling my man the other day, you catch your karma when you go to prison. All that whole shit or whatever you did, when you go to prison, you gonna catch that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I felt like my bid wasn't nothing crazy I couldn't handle because of what I put out in the universe. You get what I'm saying?
When they were building the case on you, did you ever once suspect, like when you looked out the window, like, man, what the fuck is that car doing? Did any of that shit ever cross your mind?
Man, it's crazy you said that. So when you get them feelings, somebody watching me or somebody following me, you was 10 times out of 10 right. So it was one particular day, right, where I get pulled over and I drop my phone. As I'm driving, I drop my phone. So I look ahead, it ain't no cars. So I just take my foot off the gas and I reach down to get my phone. So I know I'm not speeding. When I reach down to pick my phone up, I look up, I'm getting pulled over. Disco lights, I'm like, whoa, I'm like, damn. I'm like, my heart dropped. You know what I'm saying? So when they pull me over, they say, we pulled you off for speeding. I know I wasn't speeding for a fact. Ain't no way. And in Kentucky, it's like one of them strips where there's nothing around. So it's like, where the fuck you even come from? You get what I'm saying? So boom, they pulled me over. And it's the fastest pullover I ever had. This would let me know. They pulled me over. Oh, license registration. Get my license. Boom. They walk off. He come back in like 2-3 minutes. Oh, you good? Just slow it down next time. Go ahead. Like, so weird and random and scary. Like, for one, Kentucky racist as fuck. They don't never let a motherfucker just go. Anybody ever got pulled over Kentucky, they know they about to take you out, do the most, all that. Boom. They let me go. I'm like, damn, that was weird as hell. And it was a state trooper. Anybody get pulled over by them state boys, the state boys is really the feds, if y'all didn't know. They the feds. So you get pulled over by them the feds. They all the same thing. They got different, but they all the same thing. You feel me? So, boom. When my discovery come out, it talks about how I was followed from that stop. So when they stopped me, a car followed me. Nah, this on me that I didn't notice. A motherfucker followed me from all the way 5-6 hours, and I didn't realize it until I got to my destination. When I get to my destination, my people was like, damn, you got somebody outside waiting on you? I'm like, what? So when I look out the window, it's a little black Dodge Dart with the spooked out windows. So, I see it. I open the door and start walking out. The car hurried up and pulled off. I'm like, damn. In my mind, I'm like, damn, was that the feds? And then I'm like, no, I'm tripping. You know what I mean? It's one of them things. I synced it. I felt it. But I tell myself, oh, that ain't that. But the whole time I was right. So when the paperwork come on and say, yeah, we had this officer pull him over and we followed him all the way to this destination.
Damn, you were right. That's crazy.
Man, listen, if y'all get them gut feelings, listen to him because you right.
Man, that's insane. So I know inside you were reading a lot of books. You were keeping your knowledge up. You were keeping your spirituality up.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably helped you a lot when you got out.
Yeah.
Probably helped you with the time too. Was there anything inside that, I know there's a story that I heard on one of your interviews where you saw a fight that was so crazy where somebody got their eyeball knocked out.
Oh yeah,
which is like the craziest thing. Can you turn your mic just towards you a little bit?
Or like this?
No, like you grab the mic.
Oh yeah, like this.
Then,
okay, there we go.
And I know it's like fucked up to bring up stories like that, but that was like one of those stories where I think people would be like fucked up to hear that. But how the hell did somebody's eyeball land in a salad while you were inside prison?
Man, it was some norteños and serranos, you feel me? And where I was at, it was more serranos. So anybody know how that Spanish car worked? They run a strict camp. You get what I'm saying? So when dude came, he already knew. He didn't even speak English. He knew, like, I ain't about to be here long anyway. You get what I'm saying? And he knew at some point he was gonna have to crash out because if he get to another spot, like, hey, you ain't handle your business. You get what I'm saying? They gonna discipline him.
Damn.
So one day we all going to trial and he see him. It's like 3 of them and he take off on dude. And they get to going at it and knock dude whole shit out. You feel me? Yeah.
And then his eyeball landed.
Eyeball was in the salad.
Oh,
Some crazy shit. Yeah. I don't know if he had something in his hand or what the fuck he did, but he knocked this shit the fuck out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Prison just sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. I wonder, like, I always do think about if I had to, like, if I did some crazy shit like that, like, I made all my money and, like, I stashed, like, $5 million. Would I do 5 years for $5 million stash somewhere?
I mean, put it like this.
Man, I don't know.
People did more, they did more time for less. So I wouldn't advise nobody, but I mean, it's all about the individual. I see somebody do 10 years for fucking grams, a couple hundred grams, like
Man.
$3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You know what I mean? So it's like if you did 10 years for $5, come on, what's $5 million? You know what I mean?
I do shit. I don't know. But was that the craziest experience though when you were inside? Was that like the fucking moment of like, holy fuck, like this is really crazy?
No. I mean, by the end it was already like, you know, I mean, the streets is to me, I feel like the streets is a little more dangerous. Just in prison, it's more close combat. It's like you can't really run from certain shit. You got to deal with everything in the world. You can avoid certain shit in prison. You really can't. But, you know.
When did the spirituality start kicking in where it's like, okay, you're beyond the psychological and physical aspects. It's about the energy. It's not about gods. It's about existence and life itself. And that there is a creator of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said that everybody is a prophet or everybody can be a prophet. When does it all kick in? When does your mind start expanding to this level? Because whether people want to acknowledge it or not, the existential experiences that we have in life, whether it's like luxury or whether it's social or psychological aspects, are not real things. These are just constructs that we've come up with over time, and we're using it kind of as a boundary to interact with each other, but it's not fucking real at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
People avoid the hell out of that as much as they can, but it's the truth. When does your mind start expanding to the point where you're perceiving life in this way?
I mean, I always been spiritual. The Most High was always in my life. You get what I'm saying? Every stage of my life. And like even with prison, I was having dreams of prison before I went there.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? And it was like one of them things you try to avoid from coming into existence, but it was already written for me. And I can honestly say when the Most High sit me down, it was like at first I was in confusion. Like, why at this point in my life? Why like this? You get what I'm saying? Just the way it all happened. And it was the breakdown process. He had to break that version of me down and had to rebuild a new one. You get what I'm saying? So it was just a point where it's like I had to accept what he was doing was going to be. It's like we could pray for strength. Oh, I want to be strong. But do you really know what you got to go through to be strong? You got to go through some shit to be strong. Oh, I want to be wise. Well, you got to go through a bunch of foolish bullshit to become wise. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I went through all that, and the Most High stayed leading the right people, the right information, pouring into me. You feel me?
Here's the thing about the karma that you built over the time, right? The thing about the karma that you built was through necessity of survival, right? Because sometimes you have to live the street life. I'm not saying you have to, but sometimes it feels like it's the only thing you know. It's the only thing available to find financial freedom, to find some type of health and benefit in life, because you could be in poverty for your entire life if you don't find a way out. And there might not be accessibility to things that can help you prosper and become wealthy or even have a normal income, right?
Yeah.
Looking back now, do you think it's a reality that there isn't always a way out and that sometimes street life is the only way out? Or do you think that there is always a way, you just have to work harder to get to those points?
I think both is true. Honestly, I think both is true because, like, one thing I wanted to make sure I got to speak on was for all my dudes, hustlers, street dudes, working dudes, sometimes we get in a position in life where we feel like it's over. You get what I'm saying? And you be like, damn, this all I got. Like some people come home and they really don't want to sell drugs, but that's all they know. You get what I'm saying? And I understand that. I understand being in something like, picture if you somebody, right? The only gift you got is slang in the bag.
Yeah.
You don't know how to do no marketing, no work, no job. You don't know how to proper etiquette, be professional. When that's all you got and that's all you know and ain't nobody showing you nothing different, as much as you try to get away from your environment, gonna lead you back to that. That's why most people get out of prison and get right back in. One reason is why some of them ain't comfortable with society. Yeah. You come out, you got responsibilities, you got bills, you got kids, you got a wife or a baby mama, multiple, and they on your ass. So they putting this pressure on you. So now you got to go kill, rob, slang a bag, whatever that you know. Because it's like, how long are you going to sit on that couch and be broke? You do go work this job. Okay, say you go work a job. You are not qualified to work no good jobs. So the only job you can get is they going to give you bullshit pay. Uncle Sam take his cut. Your bills is this much. You really just paying gas money to get to your, you get what I'm saying? And that's the system. You know what I mean? That's really created for a motherfucker to keep doing the same shit.
When you are out, your first day out, you didn't do like a first day out thing, did you?
No, because the fair's different. When you get out, you got to go to the halfway house. So I had about an hour, 2 hours to see my family. Yeah. You know, then I was in a halfway house on quarantine for 7 days.
Oh, because of COVID and everything like that?
Yeah.
Did you get out early because of that, because of COVID? Or did you still get the full
hell no.
When you get out, rap has to be relevant because your name's probably still in the air. I know a lot of rappers kept your name relevant while you were away.
Yeah.
When you're back, what are you hearing about music? What are you hearing about
Detroit took over, man. And I know this is a little off subject, but I wanted to make this a point. I want to challenge all Detroit artists, right, that's got a name or a platform. All of y'all. Wallow was here 2 years ago, maybe 3, and they had the Detroit 313 there. He said something. He said, look, man, y'all don't know how long this light gonna be on Detroit.
Right.
Y'all gotta keep it here.
Right.
Because see how long it took us to even get it. And I understand there's certain ones that's in position. Bro, get one person. Pick one artist that's outside of your immediate group. I'm challenging all the artists. All the rappers that's got names and platforms. Pick one artist, bro. The more Detroit stay on and it's new talent, the more we keep the light here. We gonna look up and the Dallas, they coming. They about to take the light.
I think the value comes in the effect of a song. First Day Out relit the torch and kept the torch like running for a long time when First Day Out came out, right? It was one of the first songs that took Detroit street rap and glorified it to the mainstream.
Yeah,
so literally the whole nation and the whole country and some parts of the world are listening to it. And then everybody's Detroit? Oh, Detroit's hot again? All right, let's check out Detroit. And then everybody looks at Detroit for the upcoming artists and people affiliated with the team. I think it's simmered a little bit over time because I think collaborations died.
I mean, it was the pandemic. And it's me.
That's too.
Because we had phones. So we got phones in there. We seeing it. You got to look at it. I'm going to say two things that, I'm going to say the first thing though. The first thing is the pandemic. Everybody had money. So whatever beef niggas was like, fuck that shit. Everybody got money. Now you hearing stories, the whole Detroit and Miami. Tearing the clubs, the whole Detroit and Houston. The whole Detroit and Cali. Basically, the whole city of Detroit went on tour and everybody got money. And we making these motherfuckers play our shit. To the point they ain't never seen no niggas move like that. You feel me? They still in our sauce. It's like they taking our beats, and they gotta understand it don't take nothing from one candle to light another one, bro. I challenge y'all, take one person, bro. If you see somebody that's good, a shout out. Let's tag in their music. It don't cost nothing.
Let's get real, bro. At the end of the day, we all know that the collaboration effort is at a minimum compared to when First Day Out had dropped. Or even when Black's Party and some of those things were happening where there was ciphers happening and people were taking turns going back and forth. Now it's almost like individual entities are successful more than groups are successful or more than collaborations are successful in the city. Like, besides the guys who came up together, Team Eastside, obviously, they're going to work together when they need to work together. Yeah. When you're talking about, the individual entities of each one of those guys, they flourished in their own way. They're massive in their own way now. Mm-hmm. But now it's like literally individual entities are succeeding in Detroit, but is that reflective on Detroit music? Or is that just, no, individually these motherfuckers are just on fire as their own entities?
We at least gotta have multiple different people that's hot simultaneously. Because what happened if we only got one person hot and then they fall off? Who that you was on fire. Now when your fire go out, you can't pass it to nobody.
Sometimes I feel like they do try, and they try, and then they realize like, oh shit, it doesn't really work that way. Like you can't just try to pull somebody up because that person's just not ready for the mainstream or to be the next person to take the torch.
I mean,
sometimes.
I mean that can be a way you look at it, but look at it like this though. When they did do it, what happened? Motherfuckers got on. People got on.
True,
Everybody who on, that's how they got on. Somehow you'll hear a story. That's how they got on. Somebody who was in a room put somebody else, hey man, y'all check out Dog. Or they was playing it. And that's how everybody got on. Now that you get in the room, it's like, come on, this is a Detroit thing. Like you see it just like with Team Eastside and them, right?
Yeah.
I love how they do it because guess what? Vez can be hot. And then, okay, Vez will get Ray hot. Now he could chill out. Then Ray get Peasy hot. And then they come back around and they could take turns ping-ponging it.
And
you get what I'm saying? But if one person hot
comes in and he does a feature with you guys and it's like those just little moments just keep the flame going.
That's exactly what you know, that might have cost, I don't know, but they got relationship with bro. But what I'm saying, shit like that. But all I'm saying is it's a lot of talent here, bro. It's a lot of why we don't got somebody like Yo Gotti that's really putting on, why do it gotta take somebody to come from another state? When everybody in here, and I understand money be a lot of people be like they want a bag, but at the same time, co-signing somebody don't cost nothing. The power to co-sign is better than money. It's better than money. You could hey man, get on your live, banging somebody music, and your fans hear and they be like, damn, that shit fire. Now you just introduce them to something new.
Do you feel as far as co-signs, even though you were already friends and everything like that, when you were out, do you feel like Tee Grizzley's co-sign was powerful enough for you? Do you feel like the effort was there?
I'm always look at the glass half full. You get what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to say my name. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that was something because that's some of people's favorite lines in the song. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like he did. You get what I'm saying? Of course, we not gonna act like that's what made me or whatever because like you said, I was already doing my thing before that, but that was just another small thing that was like, oh, you get what I'm saying? And that's the power of it. That's the power of just, hey man, say somebody's name or hey y'all check this out. Now if they don't like it, cool. But you did try. And it don't cost nothing. Ain't somebody gonna put no money up. But I'm saying keep the light on Detroit. However, we gotta do it, bro. Because if we gonna look up and this shit took forever to get here. They've been stealing our shit for years. Yeah. Coming to Detroit, learning, getting swag, lingo, beats, producers, half our songwriters, producers, and the A is from up here.
It would have been nice if some people would have just admitted that they got their style or some type of sound from Detroit. Because like when you watch like Boss Man D-Lo interviews and it's like,
man, they ain't gonna do that because they don't.
They just say it. Just be like, all right, Detroit.
Put it like this: it's like a fake nigga being close to a real nigga, and he copying everything the real nigga doing. He don't want the real nigga to come in the room and expose that you copying or stealing or imitating. So you know what I mean, that's cool, but that's why we gotta put ours on.
Yeah, man.
And we ain't gotta worry about that.
Since you've been back, man, it's been a while that you've been back. I'm sure you didn't have to do a massive acclimation because you were out for so long before that, obviously. It's not like you were in and out all the time, but do you feel present in Detroit? Do you feel relevant? Do you feel like people still know what's going on with you? Or do you feel like you're kind of re-emerging and getting back into people's faces?
I got my name in the streets before the rap. Right. So people who know me, and my name is already solidified, but as far as on the music, I feel like I'm in a reinvention stage because it's like the sound changed, the who's changed, the movement. So it's like this new body of work I'm creating, some of my best music. I got Babyface on my shit, Courtney Bell. Cool. I got War Baby. I got some of the craziest production, you feel me? So it's like, now I'm going to give them the version that they didn't get to see because, like I said, I was in the streets. I'm putting all my money. I got to go hustle, get all the money, and put all the money behind the music. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing that was battling me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to pick one. But fortunately, it was too late. But now I understand what I'm doing. So it's like, okay, this is what we doing. And I want to show the fans, like, my real artistic talent. Like, I got it. I'm one of them ones that can talk about it, really lived it. You feel me? And that's certified. You get what I'm saying?
When you're putting together the project and you're putting behind everything that you're talking about right now, all the substance behind it, the history behind it, storytelling, and the features that you're putting. Talk about the process of when you thought about it and how you mapped it out to get it to be where it's going to be.
All I was just thinking about, you know, when I was in prison was like, man, I'm seeing what the city doing. And all I'm like is, I can't wait till it's my turn. Yeah. Because I know what I got in me. It's like something you feel. And it's like, I knew like, okay, I want my shit to sound a certain way. I want to be that artist that people love, the artist, bigger than the music. So the main importance of me telling my story on this platform is when you hear the music, now it's clicking like, oh, this ain't one of these niggas just rapping this shit. He really lived this shit. And he from the way. And he from the slums. And he been on every part of position on the team. I done been the broke nigga. I done been a nigga with the money. I done been a nigga in between. I done been all that. I done been a driver. I done been a nigga sitting back, got people driving. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I'm one of them ones that can relate on all levels. I'm not too high up there. I'm not too unrelatable. And I want to bring back that real shit where motherfuckers can really understand and feel something. Like, I want to inspire and motivate people. You feel me?
Man.
More than anything. That's what I want to do.
Did you, I heard like there was some type of altercation recently. I don't know if you can talk about it. But is there something recently where, at a family event or something like that where there was an altercation or something? I don't want to pry too deep into it, but.
It was my pop's funeral. Rest in peace, Pops, you know. Yeah. My dad passed and there was a situation with somebody. And like I told you, I was going through that part of unforgiveness. And that unforgiveness and that hurt turned into anger. I was in a dark place, bro. I was a real dark place, man. And anybody, as more I explain, anybody who been there gonna understand what I mean. And it was like, I felt the enemy enter me. Whatever you want to call him, the devil, a demon, I was so deep into my anger and my hatred and my hurt that I openly allowed it to enter me. And it was a relative, you know what I mean, who we had issues that it could have got handled a different way. You get what I'm saying? But in the midst of it, we get to fight at the casket, mid-funeral. Guns get drawn. Casket almost got flipped over. And I take accountability. That was all my fault because it was avoidable. It was one of the moments where time froze and I said, and I honestly can say, I said to myself, Leek, you can take it all the way there, or you can let this shit go. But I didn't. And end up crashing out. And I fucked up my daddy's funeral. And that shit fuck with me to this day because he deserved better. And at the same time, I felt like I was avenging him for something that person did to him when he was alive. You get what I'm saying? And in the end, I didn't get him that proper home going. So you got to look at it. My kids was there, my sisters, my great aunts, my aunts, all our elders, our family, guns drawn, fighting and everything. It was a fucking movie. And in the midst of it, I'm seeing everything. And it's like, where everybody in chaos. I'm at the back trying to block the casket from getting flipped over because everybody is damn near about to move. But I said, I already fucked it up. I'm not about to let my old dude body pop out this casket.
Right.
So it took everything in me to stop it. Yeah. But in the midst, the Most High allowed me to see. Like, you see what your anger? You see what, look at this shit. You could have killed somebody, or they could have killed you, or somebody innocent could have got killed on your watch. Because of your anger, your lack of control of your emotions and your feelings. And in the midst of that, the chaos going is going crazy. And I'm like, damn, Leek, look where you at. It's like I could taste it in my glands, in my mouth, in my body, and my flowing through I just felt the evilness and the anger. And it was like I was out of control. I blacked out. I honestly blacked out. And it's like a lot of it I remember, a lot of it I don't. You get what I'm saying? But I was that enraged. And when I looked up and finally came back, it was chaos, man. And I was hurt because My cousins, my sisters, they in tears, screaming, begging me to stop.
Yeah.
But I'm there now. I'm one of them ones where I'm cool, but once I'm there, you ain't stopping me. And I'm gonna go all the way there to the fullest extent. Like, you feel me? Yeah. And then it was like, even after that, tell you how the Most High even was there during this. So after the fighting and the craziness, he was testing me. The person that told on me was right there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Boom, that was test number 1. The police pull up. It's police, the entire guy work. One of the police officers, one of my homies I went to school with. You get what I'm saying? We could have went all that, and it was, boom, in that moment, you're like, damn, Leek, what's up? I ain't seen him in probably 10, 15 years. Man, what's up? I'm like, damn, man, get to your car, man. I get in my car. I jump in the car with my other peoples. And as I'm leaving, tell you how cold the enemy is. The enemy, he a bad motherfucker. So as we leaving, after all this chaos and this bullshit, guess who? Somehow we leaving. Guess who we see on the side of the road? The person I fought. The person that told on me.
Oh my God.
They together. They don't know I see them. They don't even know. And then I'm with somebody who even on worse time than me. And it was a moment where I was tested again. Because the anger I had in my heart really wasn't directed for them. It was just a build-up. And in that moment, I was being tested right there, because that could have been a crash out moment, or throw my whole life away. I stopped it.
Yeah.
And because I love my family, man. That was just me careless in my feelings. And I'm man enough to say that. I was foolish for that. And the Most High had to show me, like, man, lack of control, look what happens.
Yes.
You could have threw your whole life away. That could have been forever for you. Over what?
Yeah,
you feel me?
The amount of accountability and, like, at that moment, and the awareness stopped you from ruining the rest of you. You wouldn't even be sitting next to me right now.
At all, man. And it's just to anybody listening to this, man, you can't feed that voice, that energy, that feeling.
It's hard though, man.
Oh man,
it's
listen.
so hard. Especially when it's vengeful.
Man,
it's like
come
you're
on.
defending somebody's honor. It's the hardest to not want to beat somebody's ass.
Man,
it's so hard.
Man, we crashed out in that motherfucker. It was some. You can't even make this shit up. What happened? Like this, you can't even make this shit up. You feel me? For real.
Yeah.
Guns, just people getting trampled over, just all that, and then the enemy put them right in my hands to do worse.
Yeah.
But I don't. Number one, I love my family. And in that moment, I realized, like, damn, this shit is getting took too far.
Yeah.
Look what happened. You feel me? So anybody, whoever in that situation, don't be that person that throw their life away, man, or fuck up over something that can be reconciled or avoided. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's about being able to manage your emotions at those times where it seems like it's unmanageable, but you have to be able to have that control. Leek, my boy, this was a phenomenal talk. I got to get you back on.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get you back on again, man. We got to do another talk soon because I feel like we're unpacking just a small bit of everything.
Oh yeah, we got something for you though, man. We got something for you, man.
What's happening out
you
here?
know we got to look out for you, man. The first on this thing, man. Come on.
Man? What's going on,
hey, look,
man? Yeah,
this shit colder than Baccarat.
Oh, yeah,
this shit colder than everything, man. Go on, crack it open and see what we got you, man.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys got me some cologne?
Come on, man. We got the coldest shit now. They gonna have you on you, man. That's $100 bottle right there, baby.
Oh, okay. And this is Ghost. Parfum. Who makes this?
Hey, my cousin, son of a ghost. He got the cold Detroit on cologne. Fire, man. On the house,
go see
man.
my girl after this, so you know it's on. You know what's happening once I get to the crib.
Yeah.
I love it.
For
Smells
sure.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you for this, man. I
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
it.
You know what?
Thank
You know how
man.
we do. Yeah.
Everybody
Hey,
go grab it. Go cop it.
Hey, look, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all look out for I Will Not Lose dropping.
Yes.
We got the new project. I got a short film coming with it.
Yes, sir.
I got figures from Babyface Ray, Courtney Bell, War Baby, my man's Rotto. You feel me? Dropping this month. Be on the lookout for it. Tap in the videos. Shout out to my man Kid L. Shout out to Emiliano for the drip.
Appreciate
you. Know, this the first of many. We gonna get it popping.
For sure, man. Leek, man, like I said, it's awesome having you on,
Oh,
man.
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the motherfucking Wave House, man. We got a studio, man. Y'all tap in, book y'all time.
Yes, sir.
We got the podcast room. We about to have Kid L come in, fuck with us.
Got it.
We gonna. He showed us hospitality. We gonna show him hospitality. You know how we
Facts,
do.
man. Facts, bro.
For sure.
Like I said, bro, I was always hearing about your name. I was listening to your music. I was seeing what you were doing with CT and Jerry, man. I was seeing how you were putting a lot of things on the floor that inspired a lot of people to do other things, and how much love you got from the majors, getting co-signed from many different directions. And then, like I said, that gap of time where people just couldn't hear you because you were away. And now I always knew, I was like, man, if this dude had stayed, he would have been good. And I feel like now is like the proof of that. When you reemerge, the way you're doing it, within 3 to 6 months, it's going to be bigger than what it was before, man. So I appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate you.
We're at Parallel Sound Studio, Hollow Visual, shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.